Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to today's product review on a couple of interesting things, a little different than what we've done in the past. I have Nickie Chen here, who is our Senior Presidential Director and our patch extraordinaire, exceptional, knowledgeable one that we use Nickie so much for so many things. She not only is exceptional at patching, but she is an amazing businesswoman, and she keeps us all straight on how to be the best versions of ourselves when we're out there sharing this amazing product from a company called Lifewave. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. If you're new to me, we're going to be talking about a wearable technology product that comes in a little patch that looks like this. And it's a little adhesive back that you can put on different parts of your body that is amazing. And we know that we really are gifted to have this company in our lives. And so, what we're going to talk about today is a couple of things that have to do with a new product that's coming out. We have a supplement line called Cellergize, and I love talking about products that are safe and harmless. And that's what I love about not only these patches, but especially about the fact that we're looking at a supplement line that David Schmidt has spent probably close to 2 years creating for us that's going to be supportive of the patches. And so that's what I'm going to dive into a little bit about that when we get started. And then Nickie's going to share with us about when we're talking about how to promote and discuss with our potential clients the options for signing up, everything from the preferred membership to an auto ship to the preferred plus. We'll talk a little bit about retail, but we're just going to share with you some of the new things that have come out that if you're unfamiliar with them, which I had been, I wasn't familiar that they had changed the way that they give their free gifts. And it's just a really comprehensive program that's great. And it's going to really benefit all of the new clients coming in and those that are currently with the program that are under the preferred options. So what we'll do is as I said, we're going to talk a little bit about these things together. Nickie can come on when she wants to, and she might ask me some questions that we're going to be talking about the new Cellergize product. And then she'll take over on the next section of the conversation, and then we'll maybe have a little open for Q&A if we have time for that. And so I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you again. I am, if you're, again, like I said, if you're not familiar with me and you're watching this recording, I do have a lot of recordings that are on my YouTube channel, Suzanne Roth-Paul Lifewave, and you can go back and you can see the many interviews I've done. You can learn more about Nickie. I've interviewed her a couple of times, and she's been on to talk about her story. And she's been with the company, like I said, over 10 years, and especially credible for the knowledge and the experience that she has with the company. And so, if you're on our team, you're very fortunate. If you're new here and you want to be on our team and you don't know anything about Lifewave, we highly encourage you to join us. You've got an amazing amount of resources with our team. Team in Motion is what it's called. So, okay, let's get started on the Cellergize benefits. Now, I have a lot of information here to share that if you missed David Schmidt's talk yesterday on his Wednesday webinars. It was really fascinating, and I went through to copious notes. And what I really want to mention about his product is that it is a powder form. They're going to come in a tub that you can scoop out the powder and put into your drink. And there's a morning pack and there's an evening pack. And what he did was he created these because he had so many questions when he started talking about nutritional support, because David does dabble in nutrition and supplements and talking about food and nutrition and things that you need to do that will make your patches even better, that I'm assuming that he just got bombarded with, why don't you make your own product? So here we are. And what's great about it, again, is he's extremely fastidious about what he puts in the product. And he did it so that we were getting the full benefit of all of the nutrition that we needed to support the patches. And so we have a day pack of, well, not, it was in packets when I tried it, but a day scoop that you put in the morning, and in the middle of the afternoon you can do another scoop if you want, and then obviously a night packet that you would use, or scoop that you would use for sleeping. And so he's got it set up so that if you're using the night patches, it'll be very supportive for that. Now, what's interesting is he said you don't really need to be taking a lot of other supplements. So he mentioned two key ones that are omega-3s, which we all need in our bodies for our brain support, cardiovascular. There's so many benefits with the omega-3s. I'm not real big on a lot of the supplements over the counter for fish oil. So you have to be very careful. If you ever want to know more, you can always direct message me. We could talk about it further. But cod liver oil is one that we all recommend. It wants to be organic, it wants to be clean. And then your B vitamins. He said that a lot of us don't assimilate our Bs. I think he said particularly B5. I take a multi B because I have a gene predisposition that doesn't absorb my nutrients for animal products as easily. So he was just talking about how this is a comprehensive pack of nutrients that you don't really need to worry too much beyond that, and especially if you're using the patches. So he talks about how important it is that we pay attention to, when we're using the patches, which ones do you want to be using every day? And he talks about, of course, our X39, which is our signature patch that is activates a copper peptide in our body that is called the GHKCU copper peptide that helps support our stem cells. And so what he suggests is, you want to be wearing the X39 every day. And he mentions a lot about glutathione support. And that's what is in a lot of the supplement product that he's added in to help support glutathione support, which is our master antioxidant. It's also what keeps our cells as healthy as possible. So you need that. I wear glutathione on my neck every day, about around the thyroid area, to protect from viruses, to protect from, when I'm in crowds. So you do want to consider that if you are wondering, well, what other patches are, for a daily regimen with this product? Say I don't have any pain, I don't have sleep issues. What would I use during the day? And he talks about carnosine as well, because people that are vegetarians, they do not get, if they don't eat meat, they do not get that vital nutrient that's only in animal products. So he recommends a kind of a carnosine supplement for those folks, but obviously wearing the patch helps. And he talks about, the importance of this cell health that I'm mentioning, and that the X39 and 49 are really powerful for cardiovascular issues, breathing issues, obviously, a lot of bone support. He's got so many things that he factors in when he did the supplement. And the reason for that is because our cells, if you don't have a healthy cell, your body's not well. And so what he's doing is really giving us a more bang for the buck with his product that he's introduced. And I like to think of the X's, if you wear nothing else, as being the multivitamin of patches. And so I do wear both patches every day. And if you're on a budget, you definitely want to be wearing the X39. But that's what he's talking about with why he created the supplement line. He also mentions a lot of things. You guys might have heard a lot about amino acids. They're real popular right now. There's amino acid therapy. There's a lot of benefits to using and upping our amino acids, because that's the building block for our protein in our cells, which means that's what determines how healthy we look. That's what determines how good we feel. That determines our pain thresholds. All of these things are critical. And, he mentions, he's got a lot of this in the products like creatine, beta alanine, citrulline, acetylcysteine. I'm mentioning these things, he talked about cyanthox, however you pronounce it. He mentions all these particular supplements that you can buy individually, and it costs a lot of money, and it's in a pill form. So you're having to digest the pill. The case, I really have a hard time with all of our supplement lines with additives and fillers. And so he's eliminated all that in a powder form. So I want you to remember that what's so great about this line is in powder form, your body assimilates and absorbs it better, and it gets into the bloodstream better. And then you're not having to process through the liver and the kidneys and all of that, these harsh capsules and additives and fillers on so many products. So this is really an amazing. I was excited about that. And then he talked about the number of amino acids and the goodness that's going into this powder, so that we don't have to worry about buying individually. And so a lot of it's brain support, health, brain and healthy bones, energy support, and of course, at night, the nighttime powder is for restful sleep. So he's added some things in there that are going to really help you rest better. And the report has also been that people that are using it and trying the product are having extremely good energy in the morning, from anywhere from 3 to 5 hours. sustained, and if they when they drink it first thing in the morning, and it doesn't have any caffeine. And he wants to remind us that a lot of these products that have to do with energy and support, they're putting in caffeine. And so we know the dangers and harms of caffeine. And so we don't need it. He's put in enough products that is really supporting our bloodstream and our cell health. And so that's very exciting. I'll take a breather here, ask Nickie if she has any questions, if she wants to come on, if she has anything she wants to add while I look at my notes. Nickie, where did you go? There, hun.
Here.
There you
You
are.
did great, Suzanne. I think you cover most of everything that is needed. Yeah.
Okay. And I just wanted to mention that that some of the additives and fillers that he's got a few additives in there that people were asking about, and a big one is silica. And people are like, well, what do we need that for? And he says it keeps the powder from sticking, but he says a lot of
Mhm.
people will use silica for skin and cartilage and building of, and there's supplements for that. And so I thought that was a good one because a lot of us do read ingredients and we don't quite know what they're in there for. And so we have
Yeah.
this added bonus for that. And I think the patches support that as well. So yeah, I
Mhm.
think there's lots of amazing things that this product is going to do for us. And then Nickie, why don't you tell us when is it going to be out? I know it's any day now. Are we talking about the 1st of July? Do we know yet?
No, it's actually will be available this coming Monday. So
Woo!
that would be, yes, that will be on the 16th.
Oh,
So very
fabulous.
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be just the morning, not the evening one, just the morning Cellergize that is available
Okay.
this coming Monday.
Okay. And when does the night pack come or the night powder? Do we know yet?
We're not sure. Yeah, we're not sure yet. But right now, just the morning.
Now, I don't even know this, but what is it costing for wholesale versus retail? What is it the packet of or the container?
The pricing is the same as the supported patches. So if you pick up one bottle like this,
Hmm.
one is the 30-day supply
Okay.
for 69.95. But if you have more than you someone else in the family that would like to use it, you
Okay.
can pick up two. Then you're saving $10 on each one. And then
Oh,
if you pick up three or more, you're saving $20 on each. So the lowest wholesale price you can get for this 30-day supplies is 49.95.
oh, that's awesome. I love it because I like to have my husband have his own and then I have my own and then I can give him a hard time when he's not using it. I'll go check his container. I'll say, you're not using it.
Exactly.
I'll give him his own supplements. And I'm like, your supplement container here or whatever we're using is still full. You're not paying attention to your coach
That's
while.
what I did. I have my names on it. It's like, okay,
Yes.
Larry, this is mine. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
It's also a way for me to remind myself that okay, I need to take this every day because
Yeah.
I'm really bad with taking supplements. So this will be good. Yeah.
Oh, I'm like it's like putting jewelry on for me in the morning is the same as my supplements. I've gotten used to. I've been doing it for over 10 years. So it is a pretty good habit. Same thing with the patches. I try to do that first thing in the morning as well. So, okay, so we talked about the price, we talked about the availability coming out. We don't know with the night when the night powder's coming out. But one of the things David did mention is he did make it palatable, the taste. And he said yesterday in the call that it's a little sweet for some people. Now, I love stevia. I use it as my sweetener. And he suggested for people to do one scoop in the morning if it's too sweet, and then you could do one later on in the afternoon. And so that's just what he's been suggesting because I think is it two scoops, Nickie?
It's two scoop. The flavor is actually very pleasant. It has a little bit of the ginger and lemon taste.
Okay.
So I love ginger. I love lemon. You know how
Me
much I
too.
love lemon.
Yes, I do.
So
I
this
do.
is perfect for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said. He did and then that's when they were doing a taste test that they realized that a lot of the people that were testing them for him were getting great energy 3 to 5 hours, and they hadn't even had their morning coffee or anything or beverage. And David said he likes to get up. He gets up at 6 and he gets to go to the gym, goes to the gym right away, and he takes his before with his water, the water machine that's coming out, but
Oh
he
yeah.
drinks it with his water, and then he'll have a glass of water and he drinks this separately, but he talks about how he does that first thing in the morning, so it is on an empty stomach. And I do vitamins on an empty stomach. It just depends on your particular needs. My husband doesn't like them on an empty stomach, so so you just have to play around with that. Okay, well,
Right.
that's great to know. And then so it's a 30-day supply, and then I love the fact that we can buy more of them in bulk. I think that's great, and for
Right.
sharing and gifts,
Uh-huh.
I think that's a great
Mhm.
idea. Okay.
I think this is a really good a gift to give to someone. And Father's Day, well, Father's Day isn't this weekend Father's Day?
It is. Yeah.
Ah,
Today.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe somebody's daughter's on, in for Father's Day. Well, you get your gift late, a couple days late or something.
Yeah, or you just take a picture of it and say, this is what you're going to be getting. No, I do think that the powders are a good addition, and it would be lovely to give somebody a 10 pack of the patches to try to go with it, no matter what their situation is. But we always try to introduce people to the X39. So I think that's really good, great gift ideas because everybody
Yeah.
comes to me, Nickie, all the time. What supplements do I buy? And I really struggle. I have my full script account that people can go and buy things on, but you have to vet everything that you're looking at. You really, because I'm an ingredient reader, you really do have to read the ingredients. And that's what I loved about David talking. I think that's what's taken him a while, just trying to perfect them so that they are safe for us again and that, they have the right dose of things. And there's a lot that goes into supplementation. And I'm so happy he's having the product made. It's not outsourced and that, we obviously know what's in them. Okay, that's great. Let me see if I had anything else about the product. I know that there was a couple of things that he had said about, let me just make sure I had everything. What he talks about a lot, you guys, is everybody's depleted of the minerals. We have a mineral deficiency in our societies now because of our soil depletion and our toxic burden loads. And he talks about how important magnesium and potassium is. And he talks about that for pain relief. So remember, he puts all of this in these powders. And he's talking about when you're using the higher doses of the quality powders and you're mixing it with Aeon and you're also keeping the X39 on, that's going to help mitigate a lot of pain as well. And I don't know, Nickie, we probably don't have enough folks using it yet that we could find out if people are noticing pain reduction, but he is talking about the magnesium and potassium issues. And so you might want to supplement a little bit extra for that if you are having a lot of pain. And then the other thing he said is he got rid of his allergies by high doses of magnesium, potassium, and I think vitamin C. And so I just wanted to mention about allergies. Nickie, I love to talk about my beloved dear departed father, but he had allergies a lot from dairy. So the caretakers would slip dairy in for him, or he'd have his ice cream, or he'd go out and have one of his favorite things was to go to Whataburger in South Texas and have these horrible pies. I was always giving him a hard time, but he'd have their coffee and then he'd have their crappy little milk, those little containers of dairy, and he'd
So
come
bad.
home and his nose would be running. And so, yes, he could have supplemented, but we just put the energy patches on either side of his nose, and it would stop his runny nose and any symptoms. So keep that in mind too for the patches for that sort, for using energy to help move out the allergies that people have. And you don't really have to have allergies. It's part of the whatever you're eating that's causing it. Okay, so we're going to now jump to talking a little bit about what did we say? We're going to talk about the way that the preferred membership and the preferred how you order has changed a little bit and what you're getting, the benefits of.
Oh
So we'll let
yes,
you take
yes.
that away.
It's actually changed for the better, and I like that. I love change, and when the change is making our life easier,
Yeah.
making our customers' life happier when they purchase the patches, that make everything is really good. So with X39, so let's focus on X39. You cannot see because of the lighting.
Yeah.
X39 by itself, we all know that it is 149.95. Okay, by itself. That's retail price. Now, I usually encourage all of my customers to place themselves on a monthly subscriptions. By placing themselves on a monthly subscriptions, they're getting the same pack, 30-day supply, for 30% discount. So they're getting it at $99.95 if they place themselves on a monthly subscriptions. Now, if they take the $50 saving, turn around and pay for an annual membership of $25, they can actually get freebies along with their monthly subscriptions. So in the past, our program was only available for 6 months, free sample for 6 months. Now they double it. Instead of 6 months, it is now 12 months of free samples.
Right.
So let me share with you the different samples that you get. So on month number 1, you can see that the screen behind me. On month number 1, you get 10 free samples of Aeons. So let's say someone want to try it out X39, then they get 10 samples of Aeon, which is really good because sometimes X39 alone, the person might not feel the difference because there's just so much inflammation. So when they add Aeon to reduce the inflammation, while X39 can elevate coupled peptide, it just works hands in hands. And we call X39 and Aeons a dynamic tool. Okay, so it just works perfect, complementing each other. So that's the first month. And on month number 2, when you stayed on this monthly subscriptions, you will get 10 free patches of glutathione. And then month number 3, you get Silent Night. Number 4, now you get X39, 10 samples of X39. So if you're subscribing on X39, you can always use the X39, give it away, let somebody else try it because Preferred Customer Plus program also come with other perks, and I'll explain that in a little bit. And then month number 5, you get Carnosins, SB6 Complete. And then on month 7, you get X49. X49 is a sister patch of X39, and X49 is amazing with people that have bone issues in the heart and the brain health. I do have one of our team members. She's just so busy with life. She just didn't have time to really promote the patches, but she used the patches every day. And she added X49 to her X39. And I believe that in about maybe not quite a year later, when she went back for a bone density test, and she texted me, she goes, Nickie, I can do anything different with my life except adding X49.
Wow.
And my bone density has been back to normal. I no longer categorize as osteoporosis, bone issues. I go, wow, this is really amazing. At the same time, any kind of injuries that bone related, I always add X49. So it's an amazing patch. And it has other functions as well. And then number 8, get Alivida patches. Alivida is just amazing to go to sleep. Put the patches on your forehead and just go to sleep so they can stimulate the frontal lobe of your brain, and they have other amazing effects as well. And then month number 9, going back to month number 1, you're getting Aeon, glutathione, and Silent Night. And on your anniversaries, 1-year anniversary, month number 12, you're getting a full pack of your choice. You get to choose what you want. You either glutathione, Carnosins, Aeon, energies, any of the packages. When you go to the back, you can able to click it, check it out. Which one do you want to have a full pack? Any of the supportive patches except the X generations. And then if you want to try out the Alivida, you can pick, either night cream, day cream, or even eye cream. You can do that. So any of that, you can pick the whole full package. It's no longer the sample one. So that is the freebies that comes with the Preferred Plus program. So you're saving the 30%. You're saving the $50 on your first order. You take $25 of that, put it into the annual subscription fee, annual fees, and every month you're getting all these samples. And then of course, month number 2, you're getting $50 discount. So what else that comes with the Preferred program? I know this is very small, you probably cannot see. So as part of the program, you get referral. You have a website. We call it a pre-populated card builder. You can go in and build the card, send it out to friends and families that you think can benefit from these patches. And then when you have 3 customers that you referral and are using the patches as a preferred customer or retail customer, doesn't matter, you are getting $100 credit toward your monthly subscription. And that is really amazing. So you have more, then you get more. So you can get 3 customers in, you get $100, or you have 6 customers, then you get $200. So that is what the company offers. And then you also have an app. We call it the InTouch app. When you download the app, so you can go in and you can watch different videos, different educational tools that the company has available. So you can kind of learn. We learn every day. Besides X39, we want to know what else does the patches do? What other patches is available? What other people are saying about the patches? So you can enhance your own knowledge with that. So those are little different things that the company has with Preferred Plus, and I think it's a great way If somebody is new, great way to start. If you're not interested in the business at all, and become a preferred customer plus. But now, if you know someone that can benefit from these patches and you want to maybe do this as a business, because we do have an amazing compensation plan, which I will be touched on this coming Saturday. There's changes to our comp plan. We call it compensation 2.0. Instead of 4 different ways that the company pay, it is going to be 9 different ways that you can earn with the company.
Wow.
And then especially when you move up in ranking, the company give away great, amazing gift, something to strive for. They have the 3-star presidential directors where the company actually give away $100,000 when you reach the top.
Ooh.
Not only $100,000, they're giving away a pair of Rolex.
Oh,
And yeah, and then
wow.
it's just amazing. There's a lot of stuff that the company is giving away. So that is something that we need to set a goal, put it on a vision board, something to go after, put a date on it so that we know exactly where we're going now. When you reach a different level, different perks that's giving out, super, super amazing. So that is what we have to offer. And I welcome everybody to join me this Saturday at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I'll go into a little bit more details about the compensations, what you need to do to reach this different level.
Okay, Nickie, I had a couple questions. So let's just say that they just initiated this program in April and we all have clients that maybe just started in January. Do they get grandfathered in with this new program? Because that's what they've been doing in the past. So does it mean they automatically start getting new patches every month now for the rest of the year? Do you know?
So yes, so if they are, it's not grandfather, everybody start new on April. So they implement this new preferred customer plus program on
Okay.
April.
Okay.
So everybody go back to day number 1.
Wow.
So if you're ready to receive all the free samples, you're going to start again as month number 1 and getting all samples, and then go from that point on.
Okay, so they did that before, so a lot of people kept getting all these freebies and they didn't realize it. So every time they initiate a new program, they're offering it to start from scratch for the people that have already been in and okay, that's good. And then on the preferred, can you just remind everybody what there's a difference between the preferred and the preferred plus? Preferred plus is obviously the $25 monthly that you
No,
annually,
no, not
right?
monthly, annually.
Annually that you pay. And then preferred, they don't have to pay the annually, but they still have to do auto ship. And
Yes,
you explained that some people that want to become a brand partner, but they're not ready, but they want to try the product, they will opt for just the preferred. They still
right.
get the bonuses as Nickie was showing did you talk about the 3, 6, and 9 months? Did we mention that?
No, we did not mention that. So if somebody does not want to pay the $25 annual fees,
Yeah.
but would like to pick up the patches at a wholesale price, so you have to put yourself on a monthly subscription.
Mhm.
Then in that case, every 3 months, the company will send free samples with your order.
Yeah,
So
they're
you get a free sample on month number 3, month number 6, 9, and then 12.
So
Mhm.
what they said is it's the first 3 months they would get Aeon, the second 6 months they would get glutathione, and then the ninth month they would get Silent Nights, and then
Yes,
that 12th month you get to do what you do as a preferred plus. You can choose any full sleeve that you want for free. So any
okay,
30 days applied except no X's. The X's are never included
right.
in that. And then if you want the Alivida creams, you can choose the night cream, the day cream, or the eye cream. And you just get to
Correct.
choose that and I
Right.
thought was amazing. So it's still being very generous with both. And
It
then,
is very generous.
yeah, and then I also want to reiterate that there still is a money back guarantee with the product. We normally say 30 days, but if somebody is really needing, they've got a health issue and they really need about 2 to 3 months to see if it's going to benefit. We always encourage them that you can get a full refund of unopened products. I think they even will refund you your full money that you've invested, but nobody ever does. But because by then, the second or third month, they're feeling relief. And so we personally, most of us have never experienced people returning. So just keep that in mind. It's a really good, people love money back guarantees. So don't forget to say that. I often do, but I think it's a real good way to get people that are a little skeptical to try the product. Okay, well, I think that, let's see whether there's something else. The discussion that we're going to be having on Saturday, Nickie, is it, tell us the time again, and is this going to be, how long is it going to be going for? And you're going to be diving, you're going to be touching on it, but is it going to be for an hour?
Um, I like it to be an hour, but most likely it will go over an hour.
Okay.
Yes, so I'll cover most of the important information within the hour. And then if anyone's still not sure and have questions, then they're welcome to stay behind and I'll be available to answer the question.
Okay. And I think that is important that this, it sounds like it could be simplified too, that we're, the system is going to be, is it simpler or is it still is it still going to take a learning curve?
It will take a little time to learn the different comp plan, different level,
Yeah, especially
not
if you have
level, but
nine ways to
yeah,
earn.
different ways to earn. Exactly.
Yeah.
Some is very simple. Some is the existing one, and some they enhance a little bit
Okay.
to make it better for everyone. So, and then there's some new terminology that we need to learn. So it is the term that we need to be familiar with when we talk about the different term. What does it mean? So those are the little learning that we need to kind of like memorize. It's just eventually become part of us when we talk.
Second nature.
Um,
Yes.
yes.
So it'll be, and you're gonna, will that be recorded so that folks are gonna get it on our trainings on Telegram? You're gonna, do you record that?
I usually don't record my complaint. Yeah, but we'll
So if you
see.
want to record it, have your phone there and record it yourself or something, just so that if you need to rehear her and what she's saying, because I couldn't remember if you record that or not. Okay.
It just depends. I usually I do have it on recording, but sometimes I cannot post it just because
Yeah.
different questions being asked, and we're not allowed to make any kind of money financial claims.
Okay.
So because of that, I cannot post the recording. It is not that I don't record. So therefore, I don't encourage anyone to just record it and have it, available. That wouldn't be very nice. And sometimes I go into someone's back office
Uh-huh.
to walk through, because they're nice enough to share their back office as part of the training, and I use their back office to train. And because of that, there's some private informations in the back office, the
Gotcha.
team members and phone numbers. So it's not a good idea that we do the recording.
Oh, that's respectful. I get that. Okay. Yeah, I'll volunteer for that. Okay. All right. So we could open up if there's any Q&A. We have a nice group here. I don't know if anybody wants to ask a question. That's pretty much Nickie and my presentation. Obviously, I have more things I could talk to you about with if you had any questions about the Cellergize, the product. If you had any questions about the comp plan, let's see. I think we can open up chat if you guys want to tell everybody to unmute themselves or go ahead and if you've got a question, I've just unmuted everybody. If you want to, you can either just go ahead and popcorn out some questions if you'd like while you have us here for another 5 or 10 minutes. If anybody had anything they want to ask.
I think the person that have questions to ask is not here tonight.
Oh yeah.
Can mix Cellergize with patches?
What's that?
Patron is asking a question.
Can mix seller can mix Cellergize with the patches. Well, obviously the Cellergize was designed to go with the patches, absolutely. And David had said that if you really want the most maximum benefit of the patches right away, every day wear glutathione, get your carnosine on, and have X39. And if you can afford it, put on the 49 as well. So, Nickie, I don't know that he said anything else, but he just emphasized how wearing the glutathione patch is going to give so much power to our cell support and our stem cells and to helping the patches do their work better.
Yes. So it's a supplement. So in the past, what happened is, team members always ask David, what supplement do we need?
Uh-huh.
I think it's on. Okay. So and then David will recommend, well, you might need to add this, you might need to add potassium, you might need to add magnesium, you need to add this and that and that. And then eventually you have all these different supplements. And for me, especially, I don't take supplement, especially in the pill form. It's
Mhm.
just so big, so huge. It's like, oh my God, how can you even swallow this? If you take one of each, it's like the whole handful. It's like, okay,
I
I
do
look
that.
at it,
I do it. Yeah.
I can't do it. I just
Yeah.
look at it and I feel like, okay, it's not gonna go down.
Stuck in your throat
So
before you even try it. Yeah.
I don't take them. And
Hmm.
then with this, is amazing is that he has, ingredients of everything that our body needs.
Right.
Everything is in. So it is meant to work together with the patch. So you do want to wear the patches and you give the supplement inside. So when and a basic way of looking at this, think of our body as if it is a battery.
Hmm.
Okay. So you charge, let's say the battery inside has no more juice, and you can charge as long as you want. You just have very tiny little, life, right?
Hmm.
But you have a brand new battery, you charge it, a new iPhone, a new cell phone. You charge, sometimes you charge for 30 minutes, you can go. And an old phone, you charge, it's full, then immediately it ran out. So a body is similar. If we don't have enough nutrients, we don't have enough, different things that is required to have to function fully. And now you're using the patch as if you're charging it, but you don't have the ingredient, have the raw materials
Right.
inside for it to go to work. So
Yeah.
the two should work together.
Well put. And that's what he said too about he put in all I want you guys to go research, go look up the power of amino acids. And that's the mitochondria of your cell. And it's what produces the energy of the cells and why it's so important that he's all about cell health. And this is age reversing. The only way that you're going to end up being able to reverse age is that if your cells are optimal and they're
Yes,
working really well. So that was why he put the powders, he created these powders because it's quick to assimilate. You can absorb them quickly. They're easy to take. You put them, mix them
yes,
up. They taste good. So there's going to be no excuses for pills, and which I'm so glad that he's done. And then think about it at nighttime. I take three different products at nighttime. I take a REM product that's got, L-theanine, it's got melatonin, it's got some things in it. I take L-theanine separate because I want to relax and it's when I'm under high stress, and I take a vitamin C powder. I mix all of those up. They taste disgusting, but I drink them. Now I'm going to get rid of probably 75 to $100 worth of products right there because he's put it in our night powder that we just need to put on our night patches. And Nickie, I don't know about you, but I wear three patches every night. Mostly I put on silent nights. I put on Alivida because I want my skin to be radiant. And I will often wear Carnosine, especially for aluminum poisoning that we all are exposed to if you fly a lot in the air that we breathe and you've got airplanes flying over all the time. But Carnosine really always helps my skin. So let's just say I've had a bad rap eating chocolate, eating cheese that I'm not supposed to. I'll get skin outbreaks and I'll just go put Carnosine on my head, and the next morning they are either gone or this inflammation is reduced considerably. What do you wear at night?
I usually don't need silent night. I can sleep really good. That's one thing that I love about myself. Give me 2 minutes. I just
Just
tuck
one thing.
myself in. Give me 2 minutes. Doesn't matter what time of the day. As soon as I'm in bed, give me 2 minutes. No more than that. I passed out.
I think Nickie
Um,
doesn't have a guilty conscience. Most of us have too many things we're ruminating about. We need to learn from her. Well, the thing about it, Nickie, and I respect that you don't need them, but if you really research and you go to my YouTube channel and you're going to see all of the product reviews, we have so many product reviews. I did a product review on every product. You want to go and look at Alivida, Carnosine, and Silent Nights and look at what they do for your brain at nighttime while you're sleeping. It's not just about melatonin support, it's so much more. And so it's detoxification, it's stress reduce, it's all these things. So they really do benefit. And Nickie, that's why I wear them because I know my brain needs that, especially when we're active and we're under high stress and we're busy, we're being exposed to so much. I cannot emphasize how important it is to support your brain. Alzheimer's is at a high right now. People are losing their memory right and left. Mental health disorders are off the charts. These products are amazing for calming the nervous system. You know, Aeon, Nickie, I put that on at night too. When I'm under high stress, which I have been lately, I wear Aeon every night as well. I'll do the brain balancing. So I mix it up. But the beautiful thing is we have such good choices. They're right at our fingertips and it's safe.
Yes, yes,
Okay, any more questions? We had somebody do we this
yes. I think
sounds
the
like
Chan has a question. He raised his hand earlier.
I see the do we still have 2 legs or 3 legs that were mentioned or 5 legs?
Actually, he said the questions before that. Can you mix your purchase to get the 3 items discount? I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that that is available since the price is the same.
Oh, good point.
So yeah, so I'm hoping that is the case. Um, so you can pick up one extra, one Cellergize with, I
SP
say
Fix or glutathione.
or
Love
whatever.
it.
Yeah. So we'll find out on Monday
That's
when
a
it
very
is
good
available
question.
in the back office. Yeah.
I like that. And
Do we
I think
still
that'll be
have
great.
2 legs? Yeah. So do we still have 2 legs or 3 legs that were mentioned or 5 legs I've heard mentioned? Um, you still can, it's still binary. Okay,
Uh,
you're still going to build 2 teams. And binary is just one of the 9 ways that the company pays. And then you want to build different legs because they based on volumes generate from each leg to qualify you for ranking. Okay, so how many legs you want to build is all up to you. But they start, with a different rank, start with 2 legs and 2 leg meaning 2 personal sponsors. So let's say if I bring in Suzanne, I bring in R.E.M, that is my 2 personal sponsors. And then their volume is going to qualify me for my next rank, right? And then sometimes if the rank is not enough, and then you can have a 3rd leg. But you do want to have at least a minimum the 2 legs that are strong. And then those 2 or 3 that you bring in still have to place either the left or the right team because we are structures, the way that the company structures for cycle pace is based on binary. Okay.
all right. That makes sense. And then obviously you've got whether you've got brand partners or you've got your preferred. Is this primarily you're referring to when you bring in brand partners? That's primarily what it's about
Right. For the business is only for brand
for brand
partner.
partners. Yeah,
So
okay.
your customer is just customer. Yeah, because customers does not make money.
Yeah.
That's why they get all these samples. And
Yeah.
then when they decide to build a business, then they can become a brand.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's
So the
in.
bottom line is when I share the patches, I always give my client an option. So I always want to give people a choice. You
Mhm.
don't want to just bring them in as a brand partner because there is an annual fees that they do have to pay every year. Okay. But when they want to become a brand partner, now it's a completely different story. When they want to become a brand partner, you can tell them or ask them to join you on different training. But if they don't want to be a brand partner, you just put them in as a brand partner, then it's a little bit hard because they have no intentions of learning anything or building the business.
Right.
So that's why the preferred customer program is available. So I always put it out, make it available, and they decide do you want to be a retail customer, one-time purchase at $149.95, or would you like to put yourself on a subscription so that you save $50? At that point, then I'll ask, do you know anyone that can benefit from these patches? Or would you like to become a brand partner? So that's like offer different package, different things, different uh,
Options.
program that is
Mhm.
available. And then the persons decide what they want to do and say, yeah, I want to be a brand partner. I want to learn more about these patches. I want to tap into your training. It's an excellent. Then you bring them in as a brand partner. Okay. So once you bring them in as a brand partner, then as a brand partner yourself, you just need to decide, do I want to place them on the level? Okay. And then you're just going to build volume on that leg. So it's actually very simple. It's not complicated at all, but it's just because it's new. And then we all kind of like, sometimes we don't like change. But I love it. I love it.
Yeah, well, that is the spice of life. But the other thing, Nikki, too, is what we all want to say is don't get hung up on, the placement and all of the minutia that goes behind what it means to run a multi-level marketing business or this whole legs that we're talking about. Just focus on the product and bringing people in that want to be brand partners and they want to earn and they want to learn and they really want to benefit from health and wealth. Most people do, but then also the preferred members, keep bringing them into if you're part of our team in motion. Nickie is our, queen bee when it comes to information, and we've got an amazing Telegram app that people can go on, and there you can just get a wealth of not only information and trainings, but you can also there's Q&A where people can ask questions if you've got an injury or you've got a condition or somebody or a client. Everybody's there constantly 24 hours, it seems like, answering. And if you're good at answering and you've learned well, get in there and start supporting others and helping too, because it's a lot of fun to actually get in there and communicate. I've missed it, Nickie. I haven't been able to because I've been so busy. And I really do enjoy going in there and helping people and just giving back feedback. I like to weave in health information too, wellness, so that people can learn and earn at the same time. And so don't forget that that's there for you if you're with our team. And all the teams have great resources. And Nickie, tell us a minute before we close, because it is getting on the 45 minutes now, about the trainings during the week, because they've changed quite a bit over the last 6 months or so. What are our trainings during the week again for everybody to come on for free?
Um, yeah, we still have different training Monday at 6 o'clock. So this is based on Pacific Standard Time. So 6 o'clock we have testimonial sharing. I love that 30 minutes call. So
Okay.
if you're new with us, if you have a guest, always tap onto that 6 o'clock. And then 7 o'clock is our team training. We'll teach you how to talk to customer, how to share Lifewave patches, how to build this business. So that is Monday. And then on Tuesday at 5 o'clock, we have Dr. Stacy's call. It is 30 minutes. I love it too. And I send my client, my guest into that call because Dr. Stacy conduct that call with testimonials and a little bit intro
Yeah.
of what different does. And then at 7 o'clock, I know, and then at 6 o'clock, we have patching training. So the patching training, if you're new with us, definitely you need to get onto this call. If you have a question, you don't want to ask on Telegram, come to this call. We teach you what to do, what are the patches, the basic functions of these different patches, and how you can maximize the patches based on different, symptoms. And that is on Tuesday. So Tuesday is actually there are 3 calls going on. You have Dr. Stacy at 5. You have patching training at 6, and then you also have a little bit business building call with Tito at 7. So there are 3 calls on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, once a month, David is on webinar, and then we also have 7 o'clock business opportunity meeting on a Wednesday, and then Thursday with Suzanne. Friday morning we have with Jan, and then Saturday morning is where I do the training. My topic is berries, and that's the training that I like to leave it open, where you can ask questions. Sometimes you call customer service and you're just being, running in the circle. You don't know, they couldn't answer your questions or they don't know what to do. Saturday is your time. I have an hour. We have to go past an hour. That is fine. That is the time for you to come in and ask any questions that you have. How to build a business. If I have somebody that I'm gonna bring in, should I put on the left? Should I put on the right? And why? So I'll go in and I'll explain to you why. And then sometimes, have team members that are willing to open up their back office, that not shy to share. Then we can go in and I'll look at it and I'll tell you, okay, based on your back office, you have this and this and this. This is what you need to do to maximize the return. So we're all looking at, you do something, you get something, right? And for a lot of members, you do something that you're not getting something. It's because it's there and you just don't know how to go get it. So I'll go in, I'll explain to you, okay, you need to do this. You need to add one more here. You need to do that. So it's a little bit strategy, kind of like, training, masterminding. And I like that because it's different every Saturday. Okay.
Yeah, sounds great, Nikki. I love to tell the story, and I'll close with it that when I started working with you, I had $1,000 in the back office and didn't even know it. So Nikki she was kind enough to spend time with me and to figure all this out. But that was because I was so busy selling the product and just using it that I wasn't really paying attention to the benefits of actually being at that point I was a brand partner, but I wasn't really paying attention. And that's okay. When I was learning about the product and I was less concerned about the money, but you do want to make sure you check every year because isn't it, Nikki, after what is it? You've got this money building every year, it can go away. I mean, you've got a year. How does that work again?
Well, yeah, it's actually in the past 2 years. If you have the money sitting 2 years with
Okay.
Lifewave, then the money will be gone. Okay.
What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's actually shorter time if you don't take out your money. And the Lifewave will send you email. They constantly send you email. You have the money, go cash it out. Don't leave it inside. The money is yours. Go get it. If you don't, they start deducting money. Okay. So you don't want to leave your money in the account.
Yeah.
If it's yours, you earn it, go cash it. So you will receive multiple emails from the company to ask you to go cash it out. And the process now is actually very simple. In the past, you had to send in W-9, you had to send in a copy of driver license. Now you do everything on your own, just upload it and it stays in your account so you don't have to email to the companies. That's a plus. Yeah, that saves a lot of time. So you can
Yeah.
just go
Yeah.
in easily, just even the W-9 is there already. You just kind of double check all your information and you just type in your name, it's done. Yeah.
Yeah. And don't get Nikki wrong. I mean, they do have auto pay. So when you are set up properly and you are getting residuals every month, it does go into your account. But I was not set up. I hadn't even thought of that. So that was one of the reasons why. And
Right.
it
So
probably has changed now.
yeah, when I refer to is when you have not set up at all. But
Yeah.
once you set up, then it's automatically deposited into your bank.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because you can forget or you don't know or you're not paying attention. All righty, well, if unless anybody has any other questions, we can wrap up here. That thank you so much for your good questions here. I like the idea of thinking about using the powder as a third item. If it is the same price, I can't imagine why it wouldn't be. And don't ever forget how user friendly the customer service is pretty good. I have very good results with them. And if they don't have the answer, they will find out and they can, they'll call you back or you can hold. So it is a really good product I mean, it's a good company for good customer service, you guys. I can't tell you, I've got a lot of products that I represent and customer service isn't always available. And LifeWave is. Just be patient when there's long calls. Try not to call on a Monday or Tuesday. Monday's their busiest day, but they're really exceptional. They've done a great job of improving the whole customer service now that we're growing. That's it even more so. We're growing and growing. So anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Nikki, what a pleasure to see you again and to have you. I look forward to seeing you on Saturday mornings. I want to be there to hear what you have to say on this new what is it, compensation plan 2.0. And don't forget to go to my YouTube channel. That's where I've got 35 plus videos and you can really route people there. Use it. That's why Nikki asked me to do this. We want people to be able to have the resources. I wouldn't have this channel if it wasn't for Nikki, because she really wants us to be able to be informed and to talk about with your community how fabulous these products are. And I do a good evaluation of each product, and then I give you all of the tools you need to how to use them. So be sure and look at that. I was also going to mention Nikki talked about the X49 for all of the different benefits cardiovascular, but especially for bone pain. I want you guys to go, if you haven't seen my bone series, the X49 is working really well for people that have arthritis and bone pain. So just keep that in mind. It's another,
Suzanne, before you say goodbye, what is the name of your YouTube channel?
oh, it's Suzanne Roth-Paul dash Lifewave. And I'll put it on when I post this, I put it, all the notes are in the show notes of the video, and you'll be able to get all that information. There was a couple things I was going to add there as well on some of the product information that David mentioned. But Nikki, we have on our team, on Team in Motion, we have all of all of his webinars recorded, right? And they're posted. So I highly
Yes.
recommend go spend some time and listen to him on his new products because we have more coming out. It's very exciting. I wish we had our other big product ready, but that's not going to be unveiled for a little while still. So we'll keep that. We'll talk about that next time. But thank you all so much for
Yes.
sticking around. A pleasure to have you. Nikki, thank you so much for being with me tonight.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Have
bye
a great day.
everybody. You guys
Bye.
too. Bye.